In this section, we're going to review the AI toolkit. As part of our focus on providing top-notch service, we're announcing the integration of AI tools into Capacity Help Desk. This new feature will significantly benefit our customers and agents by allowing them to save time while offering professional and precise responses. This feature is built using GPT-4. Essentially, this is a trained language model that generates text. It's like a superpowered autocomplete. This feature is built using OpenAI API, which is SOC 2 compliant and follows security and privacy considerations. By default, Capacity's AI toolkit is disabled in the platform and can only be toggled on by an administrator. We recommend reviewing this with your security and compliance team, and additional details can be seen on our support article in regards to data privacy. Once your admins have activated this in the settings, you can begin to start utilizing this feature. In this case, I'm going to pull up this ticket in regards to PTO. You can see in the bottom right-hand menu here, the AI toolkit is available for use. So when this ticket comes through in regards to our PTO policy question, rather than having to go through and manually think through and answer this question, you can select the AI toolkit and suggest a response right from here. Now, it'll take the system a few seconds to process and provide a response, but in the meantime, this should save you time spent manually having to generate these responses. So you can see after a few seconds, the response comes in, and all you have to do is review it, make sure that the information is accurate and applicable to this use case. So there may be some variables as holders, such as the user's name, which you can update, and your own name. I'm going to go through here and update this as would be needed to reply to this user. Once that's been done, this can be sent off as a response to this user for this ticket. Now, let's say that you did not necessarily like this response and you wanted to make it a little bit longer. So rather than sending right away, you can go in here and select the second option to make your response longer. Again, just need to wait a few seconds for the updated response to come through, and then you'll be able to work with that and edit it further as needed, just as this first example showed here. So now we see this updated response come through at the top here, and we see the original response that was before. So this is slightly longer, it's had something added here. So we can go ahead and remove the original response, making sure that all of the information in the new response is good to go, and clean it up for formatting, and then this will be good to send off to the user as an updated and longer response. Now, let's say we still were not happy with this response and we wanted to improve it. So we have this third option for improving your response. You can select that, and in the similar manner, you'll just have to wait a few seconds for that new response to come through at the top, where you can go in and finalize it, edit it for final sending. So right now, we're just waiting for that updated response to come through, which we can see that it did here. So this is the improved response compared to the previous version. So you can go ahead and remove that previous version, and then you have your final and updated response depending on what is improved from the initial version. And go ahead and customize it. This should be good to go. Now, beyond having the ability to provide responses, whether the initial, longer, improved version, you also have the ability to summarize a specific issue and list action items. So if we wanted to, within this response, or as a separate section, we could send this off to the user here and say, hey, this is the response that they want to get. Beyond that, we might want to summarize some of these action items and list them out for our own internal purposes, or even right back to the user. In this example, I'm going to go ahead and create a private comment here where I can summarize this issue for our own internal purposes. So again, it'll take a few seconds for this to come through, and then you'll see this auto-generated summarization of the specific issue at hand, depending on what's included in this ticket. So you can see that it auto-generated this summary as well as ways to improve. You can go ahead and utilize that as a quick little summary of what happened in this ticket. In addition, you also have the ability to list the specific action items. This can be done directly within that same other comment, or I can go ahead and create a new comment as I have done so here. So similarly, I'm just going to wait a few seconds for that to come through. Then I see a specific list of action items. So then I can apply that to my internal comment here and save it for future purposes. You can review additional details regarding this feature on our support site in regards to the AI Help Desk Toolkit, where there is an additional video with more details in regards to this feature. This is how you use the Capacity AI Help Desk Toolkit.